It's that time again. Save money now and buy these Nintendo Switch games before it's too late. I have years of experience buying games at the end of past console generations for cheap prices, and now some of them are worth hundreds, if not thousands. So I've spent hours going through the full Switch catalogue to let you know which games I feel will go up in value and the reasons why. Stick around until near the end of the video, as I've included a bonus item that isn't quite a game, but it's something you need to act on now and collect while the time is right. I want to thank everyone that watched the previous video in the series. Your support means a lot. We're building a great community, and I can't thank you all enough. Okay, let's get to the games. First up today, we have the Dioffield Chronicle. This game is incredibly cheap to pick up right now, so if it looks like it's going to be one that you're interested in, I would suggest getting it now. But why do I think it'll go up in price? Well, it's an RPG, so that kind of speaks for itself. But this one is a Square Enix RPG. We've seen their games in the past become very valuable, so it might be time, if you like the look of the trailer, to pick this one up. Catherine Full Body Edition. This is a very strange video game, so it's not going to be for everyone. But if this one interests you, I would say it'll probably end up going up in price and be a bit harder to get, especially if you want that Steelbook edition. This is a puzzle type of game from Aalos. It's got a weird story about relationships, cheating. It's just very, very strange, but that's what makes it so unique. If this one looks interesting to you, I would say give it a go and pick it up. Aalos. So Aalos is a game that has been going up in value now for a little while. The reason it became more valuable, first of all, was because they stopped making print versions of this game. Aalos is one of those unfortunate titles that ended up being replaced with a code in a box. Really annoying when that happens, but you can still find the cartridge versions floating about out there. But make sure to be careful when you're picking this one up, because you don't want to order a code in a box and just have wasted plastic on your shelf. It's a decent game. I wouldn't say it's completely top tier, but I do have it in my collection. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. While Aalos may not have been a top tier title, this one certainly is. I know there were many complaints about the remaster job done here. Nintendo maybe didn't quite take it far enough. I personally would have liked to have seen it be done a little bit better, but at the same time, I'm very happy having these three games available anywhere I go in handheld HD on Nintendo Switch. For those that don't know, Super Mario 3D All-Stars collects Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. This one was a limited release for a certain time period. I'm still not sure why Nintendo done that. It's one of those kind of artificial scarcity things. It did sell a lot of copies, with Nintendo only selling this one for a short period of time. It has helped the prices stay relatively high. If you can pick this up for a half decent price and you're interested in Mario games, it's probably best to get it now, because I do see this one holding its price and maybe, unfortunately, increasing in the future. The only real disappointment I have from this collection is that it should have had Super Mario Galaxy 2 included as well. I hate the fact that we only have Galaxy 1 on the console. We need both of the Nintendo, come on! Baton Kitos 1 and 2. This is a relatively recent release, and I do have this one myself. It isn't running the best, so it may be, unfortunately, a game that is going to require an update in the future to run at its best quality. But these are two RPG games from the GameCube generation. As we know, GameCube collecting has gone skyrocket high. It's impossible to collect anything for decent prices anymore, so remasters and remakes and re-releases like this are welcome. Again, like I say, if it looks interesting to you, pick it up. Octopath Traveler. Octopath Traveler is a great game. It's the first game I've seen in the 2D HD art style. It really has a lovely, lovely look and art style to it, and I think it won many people over and is now a fan favourite. Octopath Traveler is a great RPG. It obviously has a sequel on the system as well. We'll maybe talk about that in a future episode, but what I'd really like to touch on for Octopath Traveler is its collector's edition. This is one that I've seen starting to creep up quite a bit lately, and if it is one that interests you, picking up the collector's edition is probably something you'd want to do sooner rather than later. It's really cool. It comes with a pop-up book of all the different characters in the 2D HD art style and a kind of diorama of the world. It's really unique. Look it up if you haven't heard about it before, but it's one that I would say everyone wants to have in their collection. And finally, I'm going to talk about our bonus item. As everyone knows, I like to put a physical item at the end of these videos, just so I'm giving you something that's not just games, but an actual physical peripheral that I think may be hard to come by. And today's one is strange because it is a game, but it's also a peripheral. And you'll see what I mean in a second, because it is Mario Kart Live. And why do I think this one is worth picking up now? Well, firstly, if you're lucky, you can see this one for quite a good price in various places. I don't think for a Mario Kart title this one sold particularly well, and there are a few retailers that are looking to just offload. I personally picked my copy up for under £50, and I got the Luigi edition. So why is this not a game? Well, unfortunately, it's one of those that comes with, yep, a code in the box. So there is no physical cartridge for the actual game itself, which is really unfortunate. But in terms of a peripheral, getting Mario Kart Live is something you're going to want to do if you're interested in collecting all the Mario Kart series, and that's why I'd say this will hold its value. It didn't sell particularly well. It's going to be hard to probably get one in its box in good quality that hasn't been raced around or destroyed by a child. And to have that, you're going to need to pick one up yourself and keep it in good condition. The actual game itself is a really enjoyable and fun experience. Bringing Mario Kart to the real world in your own household, it is just one of those crazy Nintendo ideas that I never thought would work, but it works flawlessly. You can set up your own tracks, it's really fun for all the family. If you see it for a good price, it's definitely worth it. I'm not sure about the £100 that it originally came out at, but definitely if you can get it for lower than that, it's a fun time. I want to thank you all very much for watching. Keep your suggestions coming in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.